Hi, I'm Victor, and I'm gonna be telling you a story about robots. Once upon a time, there's a boy who lived in a junkyard, and he was a roboticist. His name was Carlos. He had brown hair, a purple shirt, and black pants. He'd say like, yay, yay. And he decided he wanted to build a robot. Sometimes he'd like to practice building robots with the junk parts. He would jump around and he'd say, yay, yay, yay. And then he says, oh, I want to make a robot. He goes over, picks up some junk, and puts them together, and he says, He sings a song as he builds this robot. The robot is silver, like rusty, because it's from a junkyard. And when he's finished, he says, woo, wow! And he climbs inside his robot, and then he flips the switch, the robot turns on, and the robot flies to Mars. He says, oh, wow. And then he sees aliens at Mars. They're like a little oval with one eye, 3 antennas, and little legs coming out of their head. So it's like a weird head walking around. He went and told them, hello, and all the aliens say is boo, 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 boo. And he gets too scared. He thinks, ooh, they're scary. Then he has to leave the planet and go back to Earth. And then when they land, they see a cracked window in a bank. He says, ooh, there must be a robber. And then he sees the robber jump out of the window. He says, hello. And then the robot grabs the robber. He says, ah, and hands it to the police. They say, thank you. And then the robot goes back to the junkyard. And Carlos said, oh, I must make more robots. And so he makes more robots. All the robots are gonna help get the bad guys too. And then when he's finished, all the robots say, yay. And then they went to fight robbers. He says, I'm proud of myself. And that's it. The moral of the story is don't rob banks, or unless Carlos's robot will come to you and destroy you.